Should be live?
Yes.
So is this my Harry Potter sorting hat?
We'll give it a few seconds to let a few people trickle in. This is way outside of our normal time.
Well, we don't ever work.
Nope.
That was fast. You know, I don't know if I can wear this the whole time, but this is a gift from Roy, which some people know. So I'm going to wear it for part of the time.
We came together for a special filming. Do we have one of those bottles close by that we had to get together on a special occasion to shoot? Everwind is with us. Lana Lewis says.
Eleanor, 1860. Way to pop in, folks. It's late. We basically got a little punch drunk. Is that the right phrase?
That's what you used the other day.
Right.
Hopefully the mic is on.
Yeah,
we're good.
Everything's good. We're experts.
So we got together. We had to film a quick one. Bart's used to quick ones on.
I prefer quickie.
Different things.
Right.
Carl Ivy is in. Oh, he's back. Howdy from Texas,
howdy from
gents.
Texas. Right.
Whiskey Ace is here. Jason Fisk, Everwind, Greg Schwartz. Hey, Greg.
They're piling
Water of Life film.
Dude.
Brolic Whiskey.
That is a man.
Eric Waite.
Dude.
That is not a dude.
Yes.
That is a man.
So this is a gift from Roy.
Robert LeCarish.
This will be used in many shows, in particular the Epicurean from Douglas Lang when we do the Glasgow Cast Strength Edition. This hat goes with that.
Eric Markle wants a candy corn right now.
It is very candy cornish. You know what? I've been wearing the tam lately. Hold on.
So we got together. We were in Austin this last weekend. We got together tonight. We shot a review. It'll be coming out in the morning of Eleanor, the release in the Crowded Barrel Distillery, the Whiskey Vault.
It was a good time.
Right
Right now we're drinking a little of this.
Iron Root.
Iron Root. I was told I could show it, but it's going to get its own review, so then it goes away.
That's a Texas whiskey that we had this last weekend, and we bought that bottle. We bought some Balcones. Actually, Bart bought some Balcones.
A lot of Balcones.
So, but tonight, the purpose of this show is really a quick one. We'll talk about Austin a little bit, and then this Sunday we have a live stream we got scheduled. It's not on our calendar yet. It will be. Point. So anyway, let's just do that real quick.
We can talk about Tomatin.
You want to do that real quick?
Yeah.
Knock that out at the first.
Yeah.
Sunday, 2:00 p.m. our time.
CST.
One of the early on when we started doing live reviews, Tomatin, we got Scott and Scott from the Tomatin Distillery in Scotland.
Yep.
Came on, did a live stream with us.
Great show.
We reached out to him again and just said, hey, we'd love to have somebody back.
With a caveat, I asked, you guys have bottle picks or bottle editions that you can only get if you tour their distillery.
Mm-hmm.
If you tour the Tomatin Distillery, you can buy bottles there, and that's the only place you can get them. And they had like a record-breaking season. We're going to talk to Scott about this at their visitor center.
Mm-hmm.
I said, are you willing? I know we can't buy them. Are you willing to send some samples of those bottle picks that you can only get there? It's a way for them to, quite honestly, advertise what those are, and a way for us to sample and have a discussion piece. And that's what we'll be seeing and talking about on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
He'll be at the distillery, and we'll be sampling those very, very unique whiskeys.
Jeffrey Patron is with us. He says, nice sort of meeting y'all in Texas.
Oh, that was great.
Haas Formula One fan wants to know, did we try title number 21 whiskeys, a Dallas, Texas whiskey? I don't not see or have any of the title 21.
No, there were a lot of Texas distilleries there. And that was impressive.
Are we having issues with the cork on Eleanor? No problems. I did see it was a synthetic cork.
No issues. I hadn't heard anything either. What were the issues?
Oh, hi to Laura McGirt. Hello, y'all.
Y'all.
Y'all, she must have been in Texas.
Boom. Howdy, lady.
You got to tip your hat when you say that.
Yeah, I did. I just touched the brim a little bit. Boom.
Yeah, lift it up. You like bring.
You don't have to lift it up. Actually,
down.
there was a slight lift
down.
there. You can see the lift in the brim, and then it's back down.
I was like,
you don't need to actually doff your hat.
No, it comes. You tip it. You like no. I don't think.
What are you talking about? Down?
Yeah, don't you?
No, you don't know what you're talking about. That's if you're wearing the tam.
Best Roy story from the trip. We got a good Bart story from the trip.
Well, that's guaranteed. Which
the porta
one?
potty.
Oh my God!
Let's do that real quick.
Do it.
So we get to the Austin airport. Roy's flight was we drove down. We left here at 7 in the morning. We're hoping to be there by 4:30 in the afternoon.
Long drive.
That's when Roy's flight lands.
So we have to hit a hard deadline.
London.
Right.
Well, we don't. Yeah, I mean, ideally,
we don't want them waiting on us.
Right.
We actually get there early.
We're about 10 minutes early, 15 minutes early, I think. So we drove through the concourse, not through the concourse, through the terminal. We see where the pickup area is.
Get the lay of the land.
We come back out of the airport, and Bart goes, well, there was this cell phone lot around on the other side. I think that's designed for you to call when people get off the phone, or off the plane, they can call you. You're in the cell phone lot. You can drive right on and pick.
Because there's no stopping or blocking. You can pick people up and load, and then you got to get out of there.
Right.
So you can't roll up there and just sit.
And I saw the sign. I go, do you think that's what that lot was for? And Bart said, sure, let's go to it. So I said, we're going to the cell phone lot.
Yep. You park in the shade because it's like 108.
Well, and there's probably a couple entrances to the cell phone lot, but I pull into the first one, the farthest entrance. Click. And it drives around. You come into the parking lot. It's 103 degrees out. Released. I'm like, we're going to find some shade right here in this tree row to park in.
It's a good spot to park. You even got worried about the radiator and turned the engine off.
Well, I ran it for a while. And I was like, I'm going to need to get the engine to break here just in case it's too hot.
Yes.
Put the windows down. We're sitting there. Bart's like, man, I got to pee. Got to pee. And you know what I saw? Looking around, and there's like a building that was under construction right there. And there's a porta potty.
Like a strip mall. Under kind of like a
Bart goes to the porta potty.
Well, they had this big dumpster out there and they're doing construction and there's a porta potty. I'm thinking, well, fine. Do you think I'd get caught if I peed by a tree? I would have. And I saw the porta potty and I thought that must have been put out here for these cell phone parkers. Remember, it's like 105. Pop out. Go in the porta potty. It's a decent porta potty, but it's 105 in the Texas sun.
So it's probably like 140 in the.
I'm getting secondhand plastic smoke is what I'm getting.
Plus, there's all the humidity from the other liquids that are in there.
Thank you. It was like a little ripe and heavy plastic.
It's like 140.
No, it was
and 90% humidity.
Yeah, I started immediately beads of sweat coming down and taking
Bart gets back. Bart gets back to the Tahoe and he looks like Rambo out of the sweat box with leeches all over.
Minus the leeches. That was me.
There might have been some leeches on you
too. There could have been anything going on in there. I was dehydrated by the time he got back.
Which when he got back, I said, "Don't touch anything in the truck." He said, "Don't worry. The only thing I touched was my thing." And I go, "That's worse, dude."
No, the business. It's clean.
Yeah, I go, "That's worse."
It's clean.
You know where that thing's been?
Safe areas.
Yeah. So anyway, we're sitting there and I'm looking around. I'm like,
you kind of take a gander and you're like, hey,
like, is that a gas station?
There's a gas station right there. And it looks like the building associated with the outdoor pumps open.
Like 50 yards away. And I'm no, it's probably maybe 100 yards. No, it's not even that far. It's not even 100 yards.
Just go 80.
So 80 we'll split yards. At 75.
I saw the pumps, but I kind of thought under construction too. And then we see people frolicking back and forth from this building, and I'm like, they're coming out dancing, and they look.
I don't know how you didn't see it when you walked up to the porta potty.
You know, when you got to pee, you don't have a lot of vision.
So I'm like, well, I'm going to go down to the 7-Eleven.
I'm like, well, you just said I'm going to check it out. And I go, I'm coming with you. And we walk in there. It was like walking into the future. First of all, it was nice. Chilly. It was chilly in there. It was crisp. It was clean. It was chilly. bathrooms. It was so cold. What did I buy in there? Coffee.
Yeah, I did too.
And not iced coffee, hot coffee, the kind that burns the top of your palate. That's how cold it was in there.
Laura,
good thing I had a thick shirt on.
Laura McGirt is coming to us from Northeast Tennessee.
Bet you she knows the heat down there too.
Whiskey Aces here. Hoyt Hemphill, Mark Brown, Whiskey Try In.
We did tell that story to Daniel and Rex. They appreciated it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Friday night at the dinner. And
that's a good story.
Anyway, though, so we got down to Austin, just had a good time. We picked up Roy on Thursday at the airport. We did get to hang out. Now, not a regret, but I'll tell you one thing. I thought we got down there Thursday. We're going to have all day Friday. We got Friday night. We'll have Saturday night. I thought we're going to get all these videos shot. We're going to do live streams. We're going to taste some whiskeys. I mean, we tasted some whiskeys, but that was about it.
1 or 2 live shows. Then we got busy.
I wanted to do more. That was not a regret, just a kind of a disappointment of the whole thing. Was I really wanted to get more live streams, more content out there for you guys.
You did tell me to bring my trunks, my swim trunks.
I did tell you.
You did.
Oh,
you kind of mentioned you were bringing yours, and we saw the pool, but we never got to dip our toe in it. Bloop.
Yep.
We were going to film by it. I was worried about pale, and I'm thinking, I don't know if the people want to see it. And you're like, so what? Wear your hat.
Yeah.
Wear your hat.
A couple comments about the hat there. So Moose 76 tuning in. Eric Waits here, if we didn't say. Greg Gore. Rare Bird 101.
Wow, another bird. We got a lot of birds. We got
so Thursday night when we and the hotel had what had to be the crappiest Wi-Fi since 1996.
God, dang.
We went live on Octava Vitae's. Yeah, it was early Wi-Fi. And I even took our Ethernet cable.
Sure, you were gonna
with the
jack in
case the Wi-Fi was bad. I thought, well, hard line into there.
There was no.
They didn't even have lines run to the rooms for a Ethernet cable.
Wi-Fi was crap.
So we did go live.
Though it did function.
Barely, I think.
There's some places that it wouldn't function.
Right. We did go live on Octava Vitae's channel Thursday night. Bart was gifted from Roy a bottle of the Epicurean Cask Strength, which ties in
right over there.
Yeah, and so the hat was part of that gift to go along with that. Part of the review will be coming up. Oops,
can't wait.
Whoop.
What else from the Phage? Is it called the Phage? I don't know quite how to say.
The Phage.
The Isla Festival.
Oh,
is it called the
Phage?
Phage. Dang it. I think I told our CEO that it was called the Phage.
Oh.
Shocking that
Phage Festival of the Island or Isla.
All right, I think I just said Phage. He never really responded, but I'm not sure he speaks Gaelic.
I can't believe you messed it up.
That's a shocker, I know. Well,
yeah, you went to the Phage.
We've been invited, and this came up because I was talking to the CEO of our company. We've been invited to a kilt walk.
City, September 8th.
Right. And we're going to be gifted kilts.
Mm-hmm.
And so our boss told me he plays the pipes. He's got a kilt. And when we get the kilt, we got to kneel down. And I'm like, whoa, hey, where are you going with this story? And he said, no. You got to kneel down and the kilt should touch the ground. And that's how you know it's long enough. And then he said, you cannot wear underwear under it. Otherwise, you're just wearing a skirt.
I'll be wearing a skirt.
Why are you afraid of being free?
I don't walk around normally in public wearing a kilt or a skirt without underwear.
Born a kilt. I said
before. I don't normally walk around in public wearing something like that without underwear.
I say go for it. Go for it.
Mash and Drum, Jason C. says, so what is Roy's opinion of bourbon now? Roy likes whiskey.
You gave him the hit parade.
Well, Roy likes whiskey.
Sure.
Whiskey.
True.
And he's had some Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. He's had a couple others, I think, that are pretty good. We took down some bottles.
These were your special bottles.
We took down some George Stagg, 2015 and 2017.
Stagg 15.
We took
Stagg 15, the one that you call the best bourbon of all time, and I probably agree with you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. E.H. Taylor 4 grain, Joseph Magnus.
That was good. The cigar blend.
And the cigar blend we took down. I don't remember what all he tried. I know Roy, of course, tried the George Staggs. Did we ever pour? And I took ECBP, but I don't think we ever poured it.
No, but you gifted a bottle.
Uh-huh.
So he'll have that for later. We also had, and was it Brian? No, not this bottle. Iron Root. Was it Robert or Brian? I can't remember.
Robert. And Jonathan?
I never really hung out.
Oh, yeah, from the distillery.
Robert out with us for a while and also got a chance to sample some stuff. So.
No, Roy, of course, loved what we took down there, and both the Booker's Rye and the Stags that he had. Phenomenal.
Right.
We also shared the Booker's Rye and some of those. I know the Stag, the 4 grain with Chad and Sarah from It's Bourbon Night.
True. Did we lock up?
Where?
Everything stopped here. Laura McGirt says kilts are sexy. What if you're wearing underwear underneath, Laura? Is it just a skirt?
Where did you see something about bad connection?
Nothing. I'm just wondering. Everything stopped. Usually I'm used to it popping, but we're on late at night.
Well, we got half the viewers that we normally have.
The sniper
Jason Fisk killed a bottle of GTS 2017 on the weekend. What's the sniper say?
He has the same Bunnahabhain, which I can't pronounce. The Moine, which means peat.
Moinier or something.
We found out Moinier.
You know,
Moinier means peat. It's right over there.
Well, I was thinking when we were talking about Roy.
Oloroso cask. Tahat Roy gave you. Thank you, Tahat. I brought it back from Ireland.
Now,
that was unbelievable.
We should have poured that. Maybe we do.
I think we still can. I can finish the.
This was from Roy brought us this. This is from. It's a Fagiel exclusive. 2018 Moine Oloroso matured. This was a 11. Is it 11-year-old? Does it say it's 59.5%?
It's called
2000.
amazing.
So distilled in 2007, bottled in 2018.
59.5. And Sniper has a bottle.
And what we will get around to doing as well is Roy brought us a bottle of Lagavulin 18 from exclusive Fagiel release.
That one he kind of gifted you directly. This was a blend of both, right? And then the Epicurean was mine.
No, mine he left at home for weight. I'll get mine later. They were both. This was for both of us.
Right. And then the
this and the Lagavulin were for both of us. The Epicurean, he left mine at home.
Dang it.
So Whiskey Throttle wants to know if his coins are reserved. Depends on how quick you pay for them, Daniel.
Eleanor's off.
Now I'll tell you, he wants to know if I want to if I'm sure I want to leave this here. For the most part, Bart remembers shared bottles. There's only been a couple occasions where he just killed the whole freaking thing and
we didn't get the whole sample of the cash strength.
Oh, whatever excuse you got.
What was it? We got like that.
I remember.
Much.
Lot 40.
Bam. Took a while, but we only got that much. It was like
for the most part, you're good.
It was like that much. And it kept falling into my glass. And I was like, I don't know. I figured you poured a big sample of it at your house.
Of what?
The cast strength.
No. Ryan Benink's Whiskey World joined. Hi, guys. Glad to join. Just woke up.
Wow. He must be in Europe. Maybe he's on a train. Whiskey. What is everyone saying? He fumbled around until he could no longer keep his feet. Then he stumbled off into the grass to sleep beside the street. Ring ding, diddle diddle, IDO, ring dee diddle. I love it.
I don't even know what that's from.
I know, but I kind of
now
felt it.
I think there's a little bias up here towards the top of the comments, but Rare Bird 101, he says, guys, I'll admit GTS can be beautiful, yeah. George T. Stagg.
Sure.
But if you're not sipping single barrel wild turkey, you're missing out.
We've done that too.
I'm just guessing by his name of Rare Bird 101.
Sure.
He might be biased.
He could be with the rare bird. Turkey is a bird.
I don't think we've had Rare Bird single barrel.
You haven't had it? I've had it.
It's wild turkey single barrel.
I think I've had it.
I'm sure you're correct.
That means no, he's not. That's what that is. That means we won't spat on, on air. Gregor says Monia. Thank you. We struggled with this.
Monia.
Monia
Oloroso. Monia.
Damn, that smells good. I get that peat on there. Everwind, about that time, two young and lovely girls just happened by, and one says to the other with a twinkle in her eye, see yon sleeping Scotsman so strong and handsome built. God, I want the rest of this story.
For some reason, I want to go Cousin Shane Redneck Shakespeare on that one.
You got to admit, though, I'm reading it pretty good, though. Don't you think?
About the time two young and lovely girls just happened by.
Two young lasses.
And one says to the other with a twinkle in her eye.
That is good. You got a good pacing there.
See yon sleeping Scotsman, so strong and handsome built.
So the story continues from Everwind. I wonder if it's true what they don't wear beneath the kilt. Ring ding diddle diddle, IDO, ring ding diddle, IO. So far, I'm digging this story. You want to do the next line, or do you want me to continue?
XBale 23. We're still liking the lore. Finally got him a bottle. It's delicious.
Yeah,
I've got it at home. It's still the same bottle that we reviewed. I go back to it occasionally, and I always find it very good.
Fist says he'll keep an eye out for Russell's single barrel next time south of the border. That's a good thing to keep an eye out. Everyone continues. They crept up on the sleeping Scotsman, quiet as could be, lifted up his kilt about an inch so they could see. And there behold, for them to see beneath his Scottish skirt. Well, you didn't like my pacing at the beginning there, did you? Or you don't know where that's going. Brolic whiskey. Either of you guys into spicy foods? I love spicy foods.
Everyone's got.
Everyone says was nothing more than God had graced him with upon his birth ring ding diddle diddle, IDO ring dee diddle IO.
Whiskey is the best. Hey guys, great to meet you in Texas last week. Yeah, not sure who you are, but yeah, we had a blast down there. Met a lot of. We just talked about it on the review that we did, but the hospitality and just
unbelievable. The tribe was great.
The vibe we got coming back from everybody. Right. We kind of felt like maybe we were outsiders coming in there. Nope. And even if
there's a huge crossover too, though.
Even though we were outsiders, everybody still treated us
as insiders.
Yeah.
Everyone continues. They marveled for a moment. Then one said, we must go. We must be gone. Let's leave a present for our friend. Before we move along, as a gift, they left a blue silk ribbon tied into a bow. What do you think was tied into it? It doesn't continue at that point in time. What do you think they tied?
I'm afraid where it's going, dude.
No, it's still great. This is like a
Whiskey Throttle. Cask 3 coins are down. They are out of stock. Cask 4 are the only ones that are listed now.
Yes.
If you go to Cask 3, they're out of stock. That's the difference. Cask 4 are the new ones.
Whiskey Ace is pouring oatmeal raisin cookie brown ale. That sounds delicious. Now the Scotsman woke to nature's call and stumbled towards...
No, you missed one, didn't you? Did you do that one?
Dang it. Around the bonny star, the Scots kilt did lift and show ring ding diddle IDO ring dee diddle IO. Around the bonny star, the Scots kilt did lift and show. Now the Scotsman woke to nature's call and stumbled towards a tree beyond a bush.
He lifted his kilt and talks at what he sees, and in a startled voice he says,
What's before his eyes? Brillick Whiskey, we just uploaded a spicy challenge. If you were
down for it, Bart.
If you're down for
Typo.
it. Yeah, sorry. I'm bad at typos.
The Drunken Scotsman. Oh, lad, I don't know where you've been, but I see you won first prize. Ring ding diddle diddle. Ideo ring dee diddle io. I don't know where you've been,
but I see you won
first prize. Got a big blue ribbon on there.
Bam. Nice. But it ends with a sheep. Says Rare Bird 101. Everyone says the Scotsman sing-along song. So I would imagine there's a bar and they all start singing that song. That would be cool.
XBell23 wants to know how the Whiskey Vault's bourbon is. We just shot a review. That's why we're doing a special impromptu. And I got to get home, get that edited, and it'll be out in the morning.
Interesting.
Yep.
I want to give another shout out to something that surprised us while we were there. So you and I had a bit of a problem with the key card for our door.
Several problems.
It wouldn't work. And they kept saying, you're putting it too close to your cell phone. And Scott would say, hell no, I've kept it in a different pocket. It has not been near my cell phone. Ring ding diddly io, ring ding diddly io. So I knew that Chad and Sarah, who we'd just been hanging out with, were getting ready to check in. But it didn't cross my mind as I was walking down the stairs toward the front desk to get our cards recoded that the noise coming from the front lobby was because of them. I heard a clamor. I heard a ruckus. And as I pop out, there's about 60 people in a fairly confined lobby breakfast area cheering the arrival of Chad and Sarah from It's Bourbon Night. As I pop around the corner, the cheer erupts doubly loud and they yell out, "The dummies! The dummies!" And I'm holding up the cards like it's some kind of trophy. And I'm like, get out! I'm pretty much like stunned by the size of the crowd. Thank you. By the way, Chad and Sarah were just like almost dumbfounded, like, wow. And I immediately get on my phone and I call you and I go, you and Roy must come down now. I couldn't even hear what you were saying. Could you hear the crowd? Mm-hmm. He could hear the crowd. He came down. There was a guy named Matt from Texas that said he has the second largest.
You were on the phone collection. And you said, there's this big gathering down here. They're cheering. You got to get down here. And I said, we're on the way. I can't hear you. We're on the way.
Couldn't hear a word.
Are you talking to me? I can't hear you. We're on the way.
Are you speaking Can you hear me? Words right now?
I can hear you.
And I heard like mother, and then it cut off at that point in time. Yeah, a guy named Matt. Hoyt. Guy named Matt said he had the second largest collection. See you, Hoyt. And he had brought 20 bottles. It was the first time I had a chance to try the Royal Brockla 16 and 21. He also had the 12. He had a lot. The Longhorn, what was the Longhorn that was floating around? 15? 16? Longmorn. Longmorn. I knew it was a.
I'm thinking
Longhorn. Like I know whiskey. It doesn't. Yeah, it does. Longmorn. I got a picture of it.
So I poured the Bunnahabhain Monia Oloroso.
Got made fun of. My hat's going up high.
See you, Brillick Whiskey. We'll take a look at your hot pepper challenge, although we've done the habanero challenge in the past.
Yes,
Carl Ivy must have been. He says, the La Quinta tasting.
It was phenomenal. You got it, Carl.
And we just got a payment from Daniel, too, so he must have ordered his coins. Sweet. There you go.
Sweet. Well, we're losing folks. Night, folks. See you later. Well, got a jet. Hello, everyone. So Duncan's coming in. Hey, Duncan.
Rick Askew is in here. We just shot a review, some Patreon shout outs. We did not do yours because Bart's family is all in bed and we must yell your name. So hang on.
Yep. Well, yell it in the future.
But what number of coin are you on for Patreon members? We don't have numbered coins for Patreon members.
If Patreon member hits the threshold of $100, they get a special, unique Patreon coin.
Yep.
Those are not numbered, but you can only get them if you're a Patreon supporter that hits the $100 mark. The $500 mark, you get a shirt, special polo.
And we did learn we don't have all the details worked out yet, but we did learn the whiskey vault, Daniel and Rex, when they have people that donate bottles, they have a special coin that they get.
And
I think we got the coins.
Bad. We've had a lot of fans donate bottles,
so
and we need a special
on it.
coin. Yeah, we're gonna have a special coin. Everybody that's donated a bottle. Do you remember everybody that's donated?
We should know, but we'll check the roster and find out.
We'll check the roster, and then if we miss somebody, they'll let us know, because we're going to send them coins.
Donates a bottle, will get a coin.
And in the future, anybody that donates, you're going to get a unique coin, because we saw what the vault's doing, and we thought, dang, we were deficient. We haven't. I mean, we always do a shout out. We name the person, but we've had a few guys say they don't want to even be mentioned.
Yeah. Everyone wants to know if Daniel and Rex are the same in person that they portray on their videos.
100%.
100%. Yep. Great guys.
Yep.
We had a blast with them.
Yep. And I think that's why we meshed real well, because dare I say, we're the same as well. And I actually
it's almost like a bizarro world.
It is a little bit.
I'm Daniel, you're Rex.
Right. Rex and I had a lot in common. We kind of I don't know, I'm just, from my perspective, we kind of gelled. We have sit next to each other at an event,
at the dinner Friday night.
The dinner, and yeah, so that was great.
Lana Lou she's going to bring us a list of the Tampa Bay Whiskey Society store picks, and she'll bring whatever.
Beautiful. Your two palettes align, and cigars. Yeah. You guys are cute.
So we shot a review to put out tomorrow, and then we shot a review for Saturday. We talked about a lot of the Austin stuff. One thing we kind of mentioned and didn't go into too much was this cigar rolling that was happening in Austin at the distillery opening.
Right. You were like, hey, we've gone long on the video. Save it.
There was a hall where the main event was happening, where the whiskey tastings and everything were happening. The whiskey tubers had a table inside the hall. We shared that table with Roy until about 4 o'clock, 4:15, somewhere in there.
We kind of monopolized.
Yeah, well, we had a time spot. Roy had a time spot.
We did.
Didn't he propose to us the sharing of the said table?
He and I may have had that idea together.
Okay.
Right. So we ended up getting, instead of 45 minutes,
we got an hour and a half.
Plus a bonus of what they called tear down.
The 15-minute time. Right. So anyway, we were inside for a while. We got done. We was like, hey, we moved outside to the shaded area by the building. We needed to do a live stream.
Yes, 5 o'clock.
And so we got the live stream knocked out. We were on there for a while, and there was this deal going on. We found out, if you watch our live stream number 2 from Austin, this colorful character, he was the Grand Master, the hired Grand Master of Ceremonies.
With an Australian accent.
Yes. He comes on, he's telling us about the guy up at the distillery that's hand rolling cigars. You can choose your filler, you can choose your wrapper, you can choose the diameter, length, everything. He's making hand rolled cigars.
And you were
I'm raptured. Like, I gotta get me a cigar.
And I was like, yeah, this even had me interested. And Lana Lou knows, because she was like, hey, do you smoke cigars? I'm like, nope, that's Scott. This had me interested.
Yeah.
This guy was some.
Not that you wanted to smoke one, but
maybe
you wanted to go watch, see if you get one.
This guy was some kind of cigar savant.
Now, the Grand Master of Ceremonies, he had his own cigar. It's like a 10-inch.
Looked impressive.
About a 55 or 60 diameter.
Straight
cigar.
From Cuba is what it looked like.
Due to a chain of events that happened, we never made it.
I'll tell you what it was.
No. What?
We couldn't make it.
We couldn't make it.
We couldn't make it.
We didn't make it. I was disappointed.
You were disappointed. And it was not my fault this time. I did get on your nerves later. Should we bring it up? We shall. So we decided we were going to do like a man on the street type interview. We had picked up, thank you, with Patreon funds, some wireless mics and included a microphone. I will admit at this point in time, go ahead.
It's a 3 microphone set.
Good point. He's our tech guy.
There's 2 lav mics and then an interviewing mic that you can.
Perfect.
But there's only, and most cameras only have 2 inputs, and the set only came with 2 transmitters and 2 receivers. So you can only use 2 of the 3 at one time. So
which will be important later. So remember,
if
one person could have the wireless mic, the other person's got to kind of hand off almost like they're interviewing.
What do they call it though?
Microphone.
Just a handheld mic.
It's a microphone.
Well, I know it's a microphone.
The other one's called a lav.
Really? It's still a lav mic.
No, you're wearing a lav. Theirs is a microphone.
It's just a microphone.
It's just a microphone.
Okay.
This is what I was dealing with, by the way. It was that kind of sarcasm, like you're dumb. You're dumb. Yeah. But literally, we had a microphone. It's a microphone. And then we were wearing lav mics, which is what they're called, LAVs. Whoo. I will admit, I was pretty tired. But we were like, you know what? We've got these mics. We've got a venue where we should try to do a man on the street type interview for the montage that we were going to do. But it was still hot. And I was a little exhausted. We'd been talking for probably 6 hours.
Yeah. And then since this is 7 o'clock at night, 7:30. Since 4 o'clock, I've been out in the heat. I drank like 12 bottles of water that day, didn't go pee at all.
I peed once. I'm going to admit the single pee.
Yeah. And I think I only had like 3 or 4 little samples of whiskey through the day, just because I knew the heat was going to play a factor. I knew we had a long day ahead of us.
Right.
I sampled very little. Right. So anyway, 7:30, it's hot. We're rolling around.
We're walking
around. We're going to interview
Roy
some people.
Duff is running the camera. You're going to see a montage in the future from Scott. Scott's got a lav mic. My lav mic's been killed because we can only run 2. So I've got the microphone that I'm having to like either put off or hand off to people so they talk like this. And I'd come under some, if I talk and it's not near me, you can't hear me kind of thing. So I was under this deal. And we've never done this before. Can we say we've never done this?
No, we hadn't. No.
We're not interviewers.
Right.
So we go out and they start interviewing people. So once again, I'm going to say we're not interviewers, but we're interviewing people. However, and you need to put this in there, I'm holding the mic to a guy and I'm thinking in my head, and I am tired, right about now, Scott should go, right, or tell me more or whatever. But he's the only one mic'd. And for me to say it, I felt like I had to come back here. And I didn't want to keep doing this because he was talking. So I couldn't like go, really? Really? Oh my God. I couldn't do any of that. And that was my only thought. So I start doing this, which is totally wrong. I'm thinking that's not even on camera. Is it on camera?
It's on camera.
It's on camera. And I'm like,
yeah, he's tapping me off to the side.
And he's going, like, yeah.
And I go,
yeah, he's like, you're like going,
I look at Roy, I'm like, what's he want?
And I'm like, yeah, I keep like,
because the guy was talking. Like, what's he want?
And my whole deal is, which I couldn't communicate because I didn't want to talk over. My mic is, this guy's talking, and my mic's here at this.
I think the
mouth.
the mic would pick you up though, doing the nods.
Here's what we know now. First of all, I was extremely tired, and we did hear later that I think it would have picked up me going, engaging, and I felt like we needed to like engage or ask questions and be more conversational. And you were mic'd, and you're like over here, and I'm not.
That's one of the things I learned when we watched some of the later interviews. If you sandwich the person,
yes, in between,
you over here, and then or somebody with the hand mic over here, somebody with the mic over here, and somebody with the.
It's perfect. Here. We're picking their audio up, right? Yeah. So I feel like I can't pull the mic away from this guy because he's literally talking. And I'm thinking, because earlier when we did a test, Duff was like, put it right near your mouth or we can't hear you. Well, that wasn't quite.
I think Roy had mic problems. Just because even when we did the live one later in the room, he keeps going, like, he's messing with the mic. And I'm like, what's the deal with him? He goes, is it working? I go, it's working. It's plugged in. The light's on.
People are saying, and you get a little bounce meter. There's a bounce meter here. He's like, come on. I'm like, quit touching the mic. Why is he touching the mic? Roy's all over the mic like this. What's he doing? Right. Now I'm getting in trouble. So in the midst of this, in my tiredness, I'm thinking, in my head, I'm thinking, make some noise, follow up. I'm not mic'd. The guy's got my mic. And so I start kind of like, whoop, and he's like, what are you doing?
While the guy's talking. That's the only thing. And then we got done, and Bart's like, he's mad at me.
Yeah, like, you got to ask questions. Doing? You got to talk, man. You got to talk.
I'm like, when do you want me to talk? The guy was talking. I'm not going to interrupt him.
I'm not.
You got to ask questions.
What the F are you doing?
You're going, I got the mic. I can't
talk. And you're like, put it in front of your face. And I'm like, no. So we were both tired, is what I thought.
I think it was you was tired.
Okay. I will admit I was tired. You were just confused.
I was just confused by the tap.
Right. You've got to put it in because I literally like, la, 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 and you're like, I went and watched it. I saw video and I'm like, because you showed me a little bit and then I was editing a whole nother video. I'm like, let me watch some of this. I'm like, I can definitely see why I pissed you off because I was clearly irritating him at this point in time. But then I get totally quiet and you're with the couple that's got the wine.
Yeah, and then you just went off and left.
Well, I try to get on my knees because again, the guy wasn't talking. He's just holding the mic and nobody's saying anything. But of course, we could have fixed that in editing. And so I get on my knees and I'm like, whoa, what do you think of the thing? And I'm thinking of the thing and the thing. And then he asks a question and I'm thinking, this is ridiculous because I tried to get on your mic. Yeah, I'll chalk it up to I was hot and tired. It's interesting. I think you should put the warts and all in that one a little bit. Or maybe the folks watching live are the only ones that are going to see some of this.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, we know what that was. We know what that was. And you get the bonus for tuning in so late.
Even Roy, because Roy's running the camera.
Yeah, Roy's like, what's he doing?
And I go.
And then Roy was like, I don't know. And I'm like, come on, man. Come on. And I'm wanting to say, speak for the love of God. Say some words. Your mic. Put the words out of your mouth.
We could share it right now. Show them the video.
Can you?
Yeah.
How do you do that? You can screen share it or something? Mm-hmm. Well, you guys are going to get a sneak peek. Lana Lou is saying, laugh out loud. I'm going to watch for it. I think he's going to show a sneak peek of it now if he can get it going. Are they able to see all this screen?
Yep. Hold on.
Wow. I'm going to talk through. You're looking for it. You're going to desk. Wow. It's a good thing you don't have anything wrong there. Well, that's part of the, this is where it begins right here. By the way, great shirt that Kevin's wearing here. This is Kevin.
Get me up. Get in here, Scott.
All right, so actually the event is done. Everybody's leaving, walking out. We were going to head out. Bart needs some coffee.
I do. I'm headed to get some coffee. Now, I believe we first met you, and you had a book.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had a book. I had y'all sign it. Yes, sir. I was pretty excited. This is an event that I never thought was going to happen. This was like a dream, especially for the group. And then it just flowered and turned into something that has become elegant and beautiful. So it's just surreal to be here with everybody, be able to communicate and see all you guys. And actually be
not a Kevin, this is me.
To see you on the screen every day. And it's very surreal and kind of lost for words.
There's another one coming.
Awesome.
You got a mic there on you? Anything you want to say? Anything you want to say there? You're wearing a mic. You got a mic on. Woo! I'm a little embarrassed watching that, but at the same time, I'm like, you got a mic on. Is there anything you want to say there? Anything you
just had me confused. As he tapping me, and later I was like, he's just hot and tired. And after we
Oh my
Fisticuff.
God, that's funny. Yeah, we had a little slap fight later.
But no, watching the interviews that we did, we do one later where Bard is on one side of the guy and then I'm on the other,
Right.
so we sandwich him, and that helps capture the audio as well, both the handheld
Yes.
mic and the lav mic. So I mean, it's that was the first time we used them. They did, and the fact is, the audio does come out really good.
It
from
does.
them.
Yeah, the mics did great.
So we like the mics.
And I'm going to say again, these were expensive mics. And the only way we were able to purchase them was because of our Patreon funds. I mean, they were really, I was a little stunned how expensive those mics were.
Yeah.
I mean, I was, and you were like, hey, we got the funds. Let's buy the mics.
Well, we kind of kept, it was like, okay, well, here's a 2 mic set. And it's like, okay, well, here's some that have a 3 mic with his handheld mic.
Right.
And oh, here's some that are digital.
I know.
And
then
so
we
it's
were
like it kept stepping.
and they were like, and you had a good point early on. You were like, you know what? I think if we buy a lower quality mic, we're going to be upgraded anyway. Let's just do it. And
Yeah.
I was like, do it. But again, thanks to the Patreon people, because we wouldn't have been able to do it otherwise. But
Yep.
yeah,
So,
that was
anybody-
funny. I'm more like
I know.
poking
Yeah,
you.
you're just like,
Yeah, I'm like, come on.
but the guy was talking, and I'm like, what's he want?
I know. I kept thinking like,
get something.
I kept thinking like you'd be like, right. Well, thank you for and I'm thinking, come on, man, come on.
But I did. I mean, like 2 minutes later, I realized you were hot and exhausted,
Oh,
and that was
God.
leading up to it because
I've
as we're walking
seen-
off, you're like, I can't talk in the mic and then hold it out for the other guy to talk into. And I'm like, yeah, you can. That's what it's designed for.
But I'm like, but you're wearing a mic on your shirt,
And
and
I was
you're
like,
saying
the guy was
nothing.
talking. I'm not going to
So
interrupt
you can
him.
be like,
Yeah,
Thank you, Kevin. Thank you. Funny note with Kevin. Kevin comes up to our table
Mhm.
and he gets with Scott first, and Scott signs like the inner page of this.
Well, no, we're in the room around our table. We're talking to people. He just kind of sticks his head around this. There was like not a pedestal,
pillar.
a pillar. And he's like, hey, do you got a pen? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, here you go. Because I'm thinking he just needs a pen for something. I hand it to him.
He's going to get a girl's number.
And then he's like,
I think he's
sign
there with his wife.
will you sign my book? I'm like,
Wow.
you want me to sign your book?
Me?
Or us, He's
Right.
like, yeah.
No. When you hand it to me, I'm
I'm
like,
like,
we're signing this guy's book.
I know.
Yeah. I was like,
Okay,
why?
yeah, awesome.
Why? I'm like
So the cover was open. So on page 2, page 1 would be the hard back, the backside of
that's where
hard
I
cover.
go to later.
On page 2,
Right.
up on the top half, I just signed from Scott, STDs,
Dirty.
whatever. Thanks, Kevin, or
Right,
something like
right.
right on there. Or
So
Kevin,
then you're
Scott.
like, hey, he wants you to sign this.
Yeah.
I go to the other page, which would be like the hard
page 1.
Yeah, page 1, and it with like a child's big tablet and a Sharpie. I'm like, Kevin, I'm taking the whole page. We love you, Bart. And I hand the book back. He's like, God dang, you like defaced his book. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what? And what it turned out was, but I think he loved it, was he went to like every YouTuber
was going to everybody there
the
and
Whiskey
having them
Tribe
sign- yeah.
guys. He had him sign it.
You used a whole page just for your signature.
Seemed appropriate. He did tell us later he felt like he had a story because we had a little spat right there. You're like, dude, you took the whole page. I'm like,
I
right.
left you room on the other page. Where I signed
You
the-
kind of signed the middle though. I'm like, why are you getting the
No,
middle?
I signed the top half.
Oh, I didn't pay attention to where you signed really. What we're saying though, it was
That's-
a good time.
Let's roll. So anyway, little recap on weekend. There's a couple. Well, we've got we're doing a special release tomorrow on Eleanor. We shot a review for Saturday morning that ties into Austin.
Right.
And I'm also working on kind of a montage video just the whole weekend.
And that's going to be a little hard for you. I will
So there's
say
more coming up. I've already been working on it.
I will say, just seeing how this show went for the tribe. Now, they had 500 people there, and they had a very, very nice facility. I know several people in here already have already locked in for October 19th and 20th here. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't locked in and you can make it, the Whiskey Fabric, the La Quinta Hotel hookup was exactly what I picture is going to happen here. There were 50 people there. Many people brought their own bottles. One guy, Matt, brought several extra bottles. Whiskey was being shared. People were hanging out. We're popping around. Bourbon Nights is there. It's Bourbon Nights there. Whiskey Dick's there. Roy's there. I know
You just called them Bourbon Nights again.
Bourbon Nights. I know. And then I changed it to Bourbon Night. And this is going to happen even here, maybe on a smaller scale, but there were probably 60 people there, 40, 50, 60 people there. Just for that was awesome.
Yeah.
So we're going to recreate some of that October 19th and 20th. If you haven't locked in, please think about it.
Yep.
Enough said.
Yep. Tune in Sunday at 2:00 p.m. Central Time. We'll be live with Scott from the Tomatin Distillery. As soon as that's over, we'll go live just for Patreon viewers for a little bit and just talk about Austin as well.
Yep, a little more.
And
that's
good
it.
Time.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. We know it is. Where's your clock?
Yes,
on
Eric.
Here?
It's 11:56.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't find it. Oh, there it is. Scotch It.
Now I'm going to say before we scotch it, just real quick, the next for 15 seconds. Ready? Go. Before we went live, Bart said we need to make this quick. And I'm like, yeah, you say that now, it'll be like 30 minutes long. And I think we've probably been like 45 minutes.
I have no memory of that.
Now
I think I actually told you like 5 minutes.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, yeah, right.
Happen.
Okay.
You're like, yeah, that's not going to happen. We got to give the people their due. Woo, Bourbon Nights. That would have been a good name. Jason Fisk, you are exact. We almost need a second channel. Wow.
No, our
Called
second channel is
Nights.
our second channel is the Whiskey Tasting Fellows. So
it's got to be dirty, doesn't it?
What's dirty about the Whiskey Tasting Fellows?
STD was accident. WTF planned.
STD wasn't planned.
It was
but
accident.
Before we went live, I brought that up and I said, our initials are STD, and you said, I don't care. Let's do it.
Scotch Test Dummies is brilliant.
So I said Whiskey Tasting Fellows, and you're like all offended.
It was a stretch.
Whiskey Tasting Fellows.
It was a stretch.
That's all I'm saying. I don't know where your mind is going.
You are filthy.
You're like in that porta potty back in Texas.
You are filthy.
Covered in leeches.
Yeah, that was a bad porta potty.
Door opens, they're pulling you out.
The plastic fumes were worse than the crap fumes that were coming out of there. It was baking at 150 degrees.
Night, Carl.
Terrible.
You're great too.
Terrible. Thanks, guys.
Let's go.
Scotch it. You Scotch gods.
Cilantro.
Dummies. What? Should I talk?